Hi everyone, so welcome back. This is episode 2 of the updates for the kits. The updates in this video will be for the Thompson & Morgan grow kit that we had, the Urban Sprout grow kit that we had. Now the Urban Sprout accounted for a lot of these. The pines were very effective, came up really well. So the Urban Sprout did a lot of germination at the beginning. The Garden Coliseum kit, which showed a lot of promise, but the only real tree planting growth that we got was the Judas tree, which is here in this pot. It sprung up as a surprise. We didn't really expect it, and then it grew, and then we put it into the greenhouse and it did nothing after that. So we're just going to keep it as it is. It's still green, it's not doing anything, but we'll give it until spring and see if we do get anything from it. So that's the Garden Coliseum kit. The next kit that's also in this is the Planter's Choice kit, which this one we got the Delonix Regia, we got the Blue Jacaranda, and we did get the start of some Pinus Aristatas that unfortunately died off. But this kit was also quite good when it with propagation and germination. Don't know what that was. Bonsai Beauties. I don't think we got a huge amount from the Bonsai Beauties, but there will be some pines, etc. that are in here. The kit trio, again, I think we only got some pines from that. The Grow It Bonsai kit, the most popular kit that's out there, at least what I'm noticing from people that are watching the channel. I don't think we had great success with the Grow It kit. But that's not to say that they aren't any good. I did give one away, sent one to somebody, I can't remember who it was. But it comes with everything you need, and again it's got some bits left in here. We've got some the bonsai mix seeds. I believe we were talking about this last time, and we were going to do an elongated video, but because we didn't have the success, that never really happened. But what we are going to do is we're going to take all the seeds out of all the kits, and we're going to put them into some propagation trays, put them into the cold frame store outside, and hopefully let nature take its course and do its own thing, and just see what we get with everything that we've got left. And the last kit the one that we started off with, the fancy Panico kit, which there are a couple of trees in here, pines again, that the Panico kit has germinated for us. You can see there all its fancy stuff inside the kit. Across all these kits, the main theme seems to be pines. We get a lot of pines coming up. Hi Pete, you going to say hello to everybody? He's just keeping me in check and making sure things go well. Good boy. So we've got all these pines. They come from various kits. There's one here that's grown some lovely moss on the top. The labels come off that, so I can't tell you what one it's from. There's a Scots pine from the Urban Sprout kit. Another Scots pine from the Urban Sprout kit. They're not looking very good. But we'll just give them and see whether they do a great deal. Pete, down. Down. Good boy. Yeah, we'll see whether they do a great deal. But there's a couple of pines that are growing that are in pretty good shape. This one is pretty good. It's got a lot of growth off the side of the trunk. And this one was from the Bonsai Beauties, which we put into its pot in March 2020, and it was originally seeded in September 2019. So that one's doing probably the the best out of the ones that we can see here in front of us. There are some that have some random growth where a bud's popped and they got some growth coming out, and then there's some others like this one that's pretty dead, this one dead, that one dead, that one dead. This one, if it's not dead, it's, you know, on its last legs. But there's lots to just sit back and just give it a chance and just see if anything comes from it. We may as well. It's not hurting anything. I think some of them, like this one, have just been in a bit too much water. They were placed round the side of the greenhouse on the outside for a bit, and we had a big downpour, and I wasn't around to get them in and get them dried out. But they're drying out, and hopefully, you know, some will recover, and obviously some won't. But there's varying. That's another urban sprout. That's another urban sprout. That's a Norfolk spruce from the urban sprout. So there's a lot of urban sprout trees here, and there will be a lot of the planters. Well, the planter's choice we've really got coming up. These two are the bald cypress that shot up. They did really well, and they've turned brown. Potentially they've died back, but we'll just leave it and see whether anything comes back from it. We do have a bit of a green stem here that's come out, as if that leader has died off, and it's growing back to here. But then that's got some growth off it, which is brown off. But that could just be the leaves with the autumn colours and autumn part of the part of where it's at. So I'm hoping it's just the fact that it was autumn and it's gone through its dropping its leaves. But I've got a sneaky suspicion that these have died back to have gone the way that they've gone. So yeah, this is all of those. So there are a couple of others that have done a bit better, which are out of the. So what I'll do is I'll clear these away and bring in the ones that are looking ever so slightly better than these. So here we have a little bit of success. We've got a Delonix Regia that I know my good friend Jared from Jarhead Bonsai will like seeing. He'll not like seeing how it's died back at the top, but I'm hoping that that's just going to carry on growing up and through, so there shouldn't be too much of an issue there. We may chop it back to try and force some growth from lower down, but we'll see how we go with that. But that's the Delonix Regia that's looking well. This is a blue jacaranda from the same kit. It initially died and then died back to this point here, and then this new leader came out from the side, so we were quite lucky with that. And there is bits of new growth coming on up the trunk, and it has been growing pretty well, and it has been near the Delonix Regia, so I'm a little bit concerned that the Delonix has gone like this, how it has gone, but there is some new growth at the top, so maybe we are okay. But the blue jacaranda has continued to put out the nice new green leaves and grown nice. And then we had another blue jacaranda that sprouted from probably a seed that was just in some other soil, and so that's a happy surprise to have got that pop up. Yeah, you know, we can't be disappointed at getting that. I do keep checking it to make sure that it is a blue jacaranda, because it does, the leaves do just look ever so slightly different, but I'm pretty confident that it's sprouted up from the same batch of seeds. So I think we're good with that. So I think that's pretty much it for the update. So all in all, the kit's they're much of a muchness, I would say. We had some great success out of the Urban Sprout kit. We had some good success out of the Planter's Choice, which was, instead of getting loads of pines, we got some different types of trees. But all in all, we did get at least pines out of most of the kits that we were testing. I do think having multiple kits the way I have, and only me looking after them, hasn't helped the performance of each of the kits, because I haven't been able to devote all my time to looking after them and keeping on top of them. So this isn't a full-on professional test of how these things work, and they're given every opportunity. There's been the odd mistake made along the way. Some have been in a greenhouse and got hot, and I haven't been here to open the door or whatever. Some have been sat in water where it's rained and they've been outside. So, it hasn't been a majorly controlled environment for these kits to be in. So I would say, whatever kit you get, look after it as well as you can, and I believe that you probably will get something out of it. The only failure that I've really seen across the board of the kits is any of the aces, the maples. They just do not seem to want to even germinate and propagate and begin to grow. So I've seen no success for any of the aces across the board, but I have grown aces from other seeds and collected seeds and seeds that I've bought off the internet. So it's just a bit strange, out of all of the kits, the ones that were offering aces, none of them germinated and propagated. So if you're there trying and they're not coming, I've had some comments saying that people have had the same issue. So it's probably nothing that you're doing. I've got no explanation as to why they don't seem to grow. They're just not really doing that well from coming out of the kits. I can't offer up any explanation, but if you do source some viable seeds, or you go out and collect your own, you will have success if you follow the same steps from within the kit. Soak them for a couple of days, put them in some soil, give them a couple of weeks, see if you get any germination, and follow those steps that are laid out in all the kits. They're all pretty much the same, and just follow it through, and you will get success. You really will. So I think probably what we're going to do is we're going to close this episode off here. We'll do a final episode tomorrow, which is getting all of the seeds out of all of the kits that are left. Try and take some steps to get them into some seed trays, which I've got a number of seed trays here. So like I said earlier on, we'll get the seeds, we'll put plenty of decent soil into these little trays, and we'll put these into a cold frame round the side of the house, and we'll let nature do its thing on these seeds, and who knows, we might get some good results. But that'll be the final test on the seeds from within the kits, and then we can let move on with what we've got, move on with our other trees, and enjoy the journey. So for now, this is Let's Do Bonsai. I'm Scott Winard, and I'll see you in episode 3. But before I go, with this being December the 31st, I must wish you all a very, very happy new year. I hope you all see the new year in this evening safely and well. In these strange times, we're not going to get to celebrate it the same way as we would have done previously. But let's hope that 2021 can start seeing us getting back to some sort of normality, if there is such a thing anymore. Enjoy the evening, and let's start tomorrow and the new year with a bang. All the best, everybody. See you in the next one.